apparatus they have to get the meeting started. First item is our pledge of allegiance. I think. Prayer. It's a prayer. Why don't we do the prayer in front of the Please be attentive. Dear Heavenly Father, we please ask you to be with us tonight as we make our town council decisions. We ask that you work with us and each and every one of us, and be with the folks that can't be here, whose hearts are with the town council. We ask that this meeting be conducted in harmony and closed in peace. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first item on the agenda is approval of claims.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Do I have any discussion? Hearing none. Shannon?
Yes.
Herb?
Yes.
Ed?
Yep.
John? Yes. 5-0. Next item is meeting minutes for May 19th.
I'll make a motion.
I have a motion from John. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
I have a second from Ed. Do I have any discussion? Hearing none. Shannon?
Yes.
Herb?
Yep.
Ed?
Yep.
John? Yes. 5-0. Okay, Hope Owner Occupied Rehab bid opening, and that will be Jessica.
Hello, I believe the bid package is up there.
It's right here.
Yes, if you would like, I will let the council open and read through the bids, and then we will.
Oh, come on up. Come on up. There's an implemented discretion here, and I don't know whether I can be trusted with a knife.
Sorry, nope, you're fine. Not sure I can be trusted.
Well, just don't cut me.
You guys don't wanna read them? You want me to, or you
Just
wanna read them?
Go ahead, you can read it.
Okay, I'll take them, so I can write down. Oh, okay. So the first one we are starting with is 212 Mill Street. And the total bid for that one came in at $19,550. The next one is 325 Vine Street, and that one came in at $42,300.
Pull your mic down. Hold
Oh, sorry, I'm short. The next one is 171 Hauser, and it is $9,130. The next one is 738 Main Street, and that came in at $3,980. Looks like they go in order. 805 Jackson Street, that came in at $16,370.
Jessica.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yep.
Is that
on?
microphone on?
It doesn't broadcast here. It's
I was put that in there.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
621 Elm Street is 10,060. Is that better?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. 721 Walnut Street, 22,930. 541 Jackson Street.
547?
Yes, sorry. typo. 28,180. 816 Harrison Street, 25,600, sorry. 166 Schaefer Drive is 850. 623 Locust Street is 14,265. 324 Broad Street is 12,425. 803 Harrison Street is 14,830. 513 Market Street is 34,970. And our last one is 9,450.
Where's that at?
236
Oh,
Aiken.
yeah, sorry, yeah. So now what we would do is we would ask you for approval contingent upon our review and the inspector's review, since we only received bids from one contractor. Had we received bids from multiple contractors, we wouldn't have to do the inspector's review portion of it, but since we only had one contractor that bid, we reach out to the inspector as well to see if he thinks these are in
Legitimate.
line with what it should cost to do.
Okay.
Did you say the contractor's name?
Sorry, that was Jackson Construction. I did miss that part.
Okay.
I apologize.
Jessica, I'm missing two bids. 621 Elm Street.
621 Elm Street was 10,060.
And then I'm missing 805 Jackson.
805 was 16,370.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion contingent on the inspection and
Or contingent upon our review and inspector's review.
on review and inspection.
I'll make the motion to approve.
I got a motion from Herb. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
I got a second from John. Do I have any discussion? Shannon?
Yes.
Herb?
Yep.
Ed?
Yep.
John?
Yes.
5-0. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, do you foresee a problem with this?
I don't, some of them are a little over budget, so what I typically do in that case is I'll sit down and review and come up with a couple different options of, we could maybe do like these 2 or 3 items or these 2 or 3 items, and then I'll call the homeowner and see what they feel is most important to them in their home to help keep them there.
Okay, all
So,
right. Well, thank you so much.
You're
I hope I
welcome.
didn't make you do too much work.
no, that's okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thanks.
All right, first item of business, after occupied rehab, old business, Goshen Meadows wastewater project, Tony Akins.
All right, so a couple of quick updates, then I'll talk about the change order. The force main pass is actually in service. That's good news. Passed the low pressure area test, and we got that going. And then next Tuesday, we're actually all meeting on site to kind of, it's already started up, but we got to start up the flow meter and get it calibrated and all that. They're well on their way to being, well, they're already substantially complete. They're well on their way to being complete by that July 2nd, which I'll talk about in the change order. So I think you guys have the change order in your packet. Let me flip here. So as we go down through there, I won't read them all, but there were some adds and some deducts. Some of the deducts for the allowances we didn't use because it was directionally drilled and not open cut. That's the reason why those allowances weren't used. Overall, it's a deduct of $11,017.48. We are giving them, well, we gave them additional time. So that puts the substantial completion date out to June 19th, this Friday, which they've already met. And then final completion to July 22nd, which they're well on their way to meeting. So I'll take any questions. If you don't have any, I'll need hopefully a motion and approval for Omer to sign the change order.
And we're up to speed on the farmer
Yes.
and
Yep.
that.
Yep. They finished in there. I believe he's going to just replant and probably charge lawyers. The town won't see the charge. Lawyers knows they need to take care of it.
They'll work that out internally.
Yep. I think they already have actually.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
Tony, I have a question about the overall project.
Sure.
I heard that the numbers were slightly lower than calculated. Can you speak on that a little bit?
Numbers for.
The flow numbers?
Yeah. So part of it's the flow meter's not calibrated yet.
Okay.
And then we're going to do a flow test on Tuesday to see kind of what's going on.
Okay.
So I can't really speak to it too much until we have everything kind of gets calibrated and we do that flow test.
But it's operational and seems to be.
Yeah, I think,
operating
Did it keep up with rain and all that
as
stuff?
planned.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, and I'll know more on Tuesday because we're going to come out and actually kind of do the look at the hydraulics and stuff like that, see if it's flow meter or see what's going on.
Great, thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Pay app.
I need a motion for the change order.
I'll make the motion to approve the change order.
I'll second it.
Okay. I have a motion and a second. Do I have any discussion? Shannon,
Yes.
Herb,
Yes.
Ed,
Yep.
John? Yes. 5-0. Okay. Now,
Now the pay app. All right. So before I go dive into the pay app, I will let you know that the change order you just approved means we have money left in the grant.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking to Jody. I think I mentioned this last meeting. She's pretty positive that we can use this leftover money for a couple of things. I've been talking to Jason Mack. He needs a new, I think we decided a laptop, right, for the SCADA.
Yes.
So new laptop for SCADA. What's called RTUs, which are radio transmitter units for the SCADA. You actually the town just bought a couple, but in talking with one, I talked to Sam. He said they're kind of getting hard to come by. That we ought to go ahead if we had this extra money and buy 2 more to have on the shelf. And then the third thing would be probably just a second laptop, not for SCADA, but for the GIS and stuff. Because we're going to have about around 9,000, 9,500 left over. All that total is probably going to be around 9,000 for everything. So it may work out almost exactly that we can kind of use most of the money.
yeah, we don't leave money on the table.
Yeah, I know, especially grant money. So I've got to get with Jody again tomorrow just to make sure, and then because I'm pretty sure this has to come through the contractor because it's part of the contract.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably get with Sam, the integrator. He'll get the SCADA laptop and RTU units. I think Jason Mack and I can probably pick out a laptop for the GIS, but it will have to be purchased by lawyers. Probably just a Dell laptop or something like that. But since it's going to do GIS, we'll probably want something with a nicer video card and more memory, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get with my IT guys and kind of see what they say. If that's the case, I'll bring another change order back to change order those in to the project and all that. So, any questions? The amount due is $102,310.59. This leaves just a little bit over $17,500 in retainage, which I feel is more than plenty for them to finish up what they need to finish up. And so if everything kind of gets wrapped up next month, we should be able to have the final pay app in here probably in July, and along with all the change order stuff to get all that stuff on order. But yeah, I'm just looking for a motion to approve the pay app number 3.
I'll make the motion to approve
We
pay app
got a
3.
motion from Tony. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
We got a second from Ed. Do I have any discussion? Hearing none. Shannon,
Yes.
Herb,
Yep.
Ed,
Yep.
John?
Yes.
5-0.
And Diane, I think Jody already has it, so she probably already has the breakdown for you, or we'll have it.
Yeah, have an email drafted to.
That's what I figured. All right, thanks.
Jason, you're up.
Good evening, council. I wanted to talk a little bit about our community crossing matching grant. 2026 matching grant is underway. The paving operations have been completed on both Broad Street and Meadow Place. Broad Street, the entire length of Broad Street has been done, but particularly between South and Seminary Street, while they were excavating, they found an open hole that was going directly into our storm sewer. So we decided to utilize that, and they put a couple risers in there and one of those drain grates over the road. So now on the southwest corner of Broad Street, there's a open drain flowing, so it will catch and go into our storm sewer, all that water that's coming off of Broad Street. So that should help prevent puddling on South Street. And for some reason, it had just been paved over many years ago, as well as on the north section of Broad Street, where Broad Street meets Seminary Street. They found another pit, essentially, where our stormwater connects. It's just a round cinder block with tubes running in and out of it, and it was covered. So I had them install risers on that, and then we now have a manhole cover on that section too. So if Jason or any of his guys ever need to check flow, they don't have to dig up the road to check flow. Other than that, the project went great. No problems whatsoever with the paving. All-Star did chip one brand new driveway on Meadow Place, and I've spoken with the homeowner and also with All-Star Paving, and they are sending a concrete guy over. And it was completed today. It looks wonderful. The road is nice and soft again, and that's the whole purpose of Rejuvenator, is to stimulate the tar and rubber compounds in the asphalt to keep it so it's pliable and fresh. That way we can extend the life of our We've had so much rain in the past few days that the asphalt temperatures were pretty cold. So they only did one lane of Liberty Place yesterday, and they finished up the other lane today, and it seemed to dry a lot better today than it did yesterday. So after conversations with All-Star and myself yesterday, we decided to hold off on the rest of the Rejuvenator until it gets an average of 80, 85 degrees, so we don't run into this problem again. So I think they're going to schedule coming back to do the rest of the roads in a couple weeks once everything warms up a little bit after the 4th of July. And at that time, they'll also start doing some seal coating. I know Scott Street is planned on seal coating Scott Street as well. So we're halfway through with the community crossing matching grant, and I'm satisfied with the work everybody did. That being said, they changed the rules again this year, and for 2027, CCMG is due September 1st. So I am in the process of, I'm not in the process. I'm getting ready to be in the process of roadway inventory. And then next month, I hope to be able to present the roads that are in the worst condition, and we'll have communications about which roads that you guys approve to submit for community crossing matching grant for 2027. So that's about all the news I have on the paving project and the future paving projects. Any questions?
Can we get those results like emailed prior to the meeting? So
as of this morning, when we got reporting back from our teams, we've completed 31,489 linear feet of duct placement in the town so far. We still have a remaining 48,000, just under 48,700 feet to deploy in the town. So we're getting, close to 40% deployment right now. Some of our most recent production activity, we had 1,500 feet of duct completed and 2 handholds and 7 fiber passes installed. And that is near our construction start point on the south end of State Road 69. So one of the notes that I'm taking back already is to share some of these project areas with you guys before the meeting. I'm sure you're aware of where the work is happening. So if you want to drive out and look at some of that stuff, just like we talked about with the paving work, we can be happy to do that moving forward. But some of our most recent construction completed areas would be State Road 9, where we started on the southern run there, South Street, Cross Street, Grand Street, and Harrison Streets. And we have many roads that are in construction right now and have locates done that are going to be doing some additional work. And then while we've completed some construction in those areas, we still have ground remediation that we're doing as the ground settles to go back and, level any soil around handholds, making sure that we get grass growing, and then making sure that there's no fiber lines crossing the roads for temporary connections and things like that, where we may see in some areas. So we wanted to come in and give a quick update and make sure if there were any additional questions or concerns that the town council be, willing to provide us with that. And please feel free, if you guys have any questions, let me know.
No, been looking good. You guys have been
busy.
moving along pretty quick, so.
Yeah, I know we came in for one of our previous meetings and we were estimating anywhere from potentially 3 months to 6 months, and depending on weather, even longer. Our teams actually moved up our production schedule for this project, so that's why we've had an increased number of crews in the area. But as long as they have given me the feedback that they're working regularly with the local utility reps, meeting with the utility and locate teams, everybody knows where the work is happening in the field when. So if we do have questions or issues, that we can mitigate those quickly. So communication has definitely helped us move forward faster, but we're definitely doing our best to stay respectful of the existing infrastructure and everything that's in place as well.
So when are you going to start hooking up the residences? Or
that's a great question. So we're waiting right now to solidify a final agreement for a backhaul provider, a middle mile provider, for us to help light that network. And then once we get that completed, a lot of the areas where we have existing fiber deployed today, we would start to connect those households. And then as we build, we would connect those households also. Right now, we have a tentative, network test date. That's when our teams come in and actually run light across the network, test it, make sure it's signed off, it's ready to deliver to us. But we have that for the end of July right now. If I had to guess, that'll probably adjust to early August, and then we should be ready to start installing customers then, if we don't have light to the network before then. Come on, questions, concerns, issues, anything?
No,
Mhm.
Jason, have either of you?
We've had some issues with some things, and we've done our best to work with each other and try to figure out a good fix. And I think that communication's been good, and I'm happy and satisfied with the way that the approach is going. The only concern I have is more for Jason Mack and whether or not he's being communicated to on a daily basis. That's one thing I have not asked you about, but as far as Zach and I go, we've been communicating on a let's just say a weekly basis, and discussing things. At first it was a little bit tough, but I think we've been working through some of the issues, and we've got a good plan, and that plan's being stuck to, and they're potholing whenever they get near a water main now, so that's when they dig out the road and actually physically inspect the water main and see at what elevation, so they can ensure that they don't run through it. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with the way everything's going.
Yeah, and I mean, it's great to be able to come in here and get the feedback from you guys as town council that it seems like it's going smoothly, but we're almost halfway through the process. So at any time, if there's issues, if there's questions, please feel free to reach out. Jason has my number, reaches out on a regular basis. If utilities has any questions, please feel free to reach out. But the reason this has gone so smoothly is because your guys' local utility reps, your locate reps, being able to work with our teams, being able to work with them in the field where there is an issue and help address remediation right away and help update us if standards on our side need to adjust for any reason. We're happy to do that. So again, I'm not the one, swinging shovels and actually boring or doing, running equipment in the field. I can go off of what my teams tell me, and then I come in and I want to be able to hear what these groups tell me as well. So it's great when we get that consistent messaging, but if at any time there's an issue, you guys know exactly how to get a hold of me, because we're going to be here also. We know you guys do your, First Friday event where you have the cars out. We've got the Hope Heritage Festival coming up. These are all things that we want to be able to take part in and sponsor. And the last thing we want to do is put out a booth and the first 5 people show up, complain about you guys left, your crews left pop cans in our front yard or something like that. So trust me, these are all things that before I came into this meeting, was driving around and looking at in the work areas to make sure there was nothing I had to text our team members about right away or stop and talk to teams about. So
Every house has a trash can.
yes, agreed. Yes, 100%.
So if you got a can, I don't see a problem with you taking that liberty.
It's great. We appreciate that. And we also have a cabinet location where we own property, like right down the road. What's keeping us from
Well,
just
you got
putting a
your own
trash
trash
can down there? Yeah. So yeah. But again, those are the minor issues. It's the stuff like water line strikes, overlapping utility projects or roadworks projects. Those are the types of things that get the most attention. But anything small to large, please feel free to send our way. We'll make sure we adjust as needed.
Mainstream and I are working on a press release that's going to go out maybe this week, maybe late this week, if not early next week. And the public relations person is changing, but the new public relations person is planning on being being available locally to talk with the community about things that they want to see, and just to kind of get to know the community a little better, to put a face with the name of Mainstream. And there's going to be some training sessions hopefully we can do those training sessions at the public library with some of our elderly folk learning how to use the internet. All kinds of cool things are in the pipeline, and it's exciting. And this is a huge infrastructure project. It's the biggest one since 1964 in the town of Hope. So we're gonna have problems, but it's the way that Mainstream and the town of Hope are remedying those problems that makes it a good partnership.
Are you going to include Schaefer Lake in your project?
We have Schaefer Lake in the project area. Yep.
You going to go on over to Hartsville?
We're looking at that project area, but we don't know if that's passed yet or not. No, so our teams are looking at it as a potential expansion project. Any other questions? All right. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Zach.
Okay. New business, Victoria Chillville. Victoria Line?
Yes,
Okay.
that's me. I have some flyers for all you guys. I wasn't sure when
Want me to pass them around?
Yep. Absolutely.
You got like the cards though.
Over here. Okay, so as you know, I'm Victoria Line. My husband and I, we own Victoria's Chillville. He would be here tonight, but we just got a new puppy yesterday, so he's a little preoccupied with the pup. But we started Victoria's Chillville in 2023, and we love doing it, first off. But as you guys know, we are here requesting access just to kind of set up on the square, possibly once a week, give or take. We do a lot of school events. We do a lot of stuff at HSP and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure that you guys already know a lot of weather conditions. There's a lot of games that are canceled all the time and stuff like that. And so it'd be nice to kind of have a counterbalance somewhere else we could come into town. We enjoy the town of Hope. We do. We were very, very showered with a lot of love and a lot of support these past few seasons. And we've even had people come from Hope into Columbus and other events that we've done in the past. So it would be nice to just kind of be able to set up on the square. And I've worked in the cafeteria at Hauser. This will be in August, will be my sixth year there. And I've formed a lot of bonds, a lot of relationships with a lot of kids, and all the little kids that run around the square and all the things. And I truly enjoy all the people here in our community. So
you're looking to do this once a week?
yeah, just
A
throughout.
specific day, same day every week?
Not really.
How would you communicate it so that people are aware?
Yeah, absolutely. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and we are also on a part of like the Chow Down Columbus page. So they post weekly on all of our food trucks throughout, like just the food truck community and stuff. They post weekly where everyone will be, and they also post daily if there's any trucks around, like in certain parking lots or anything like that.
What group is this?
It's called Chow Down Columbus.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's a very nice resource for food truck owners and things like that, and just for the community.
Where do they meet?
What is it?
Where does Chow Down meet?
It's on Facebook.
I'm not really sure if they have like actual council meetings or anything, but they're just on Facebook.
The Facebook
I mean,
group.
where do you go get their product?
Oh, it's just a Facebook page, and you, as a food truck owner, you just tell like the admin person of the page, and they
Or
will.
where you're going to be?
Yeah,
Mhm.
and they put down
Okay.
every day where everyone is going to be, and then like a weekly post for like all the events. Like they're kind of pushing the Hope Farmers Market this Saturday, which we are excited to be a part of on Saturday. So if you're planning on stopping by, I would love for you all to try our ice cream, because we have delicious, unique ice cream. We're family owned, family operated, all the things.
Okay. Anybody have any additional questions for?
I really don't know how we would go about just giving you approval to use the square without knowing specific dates to make sure that it doesn't interfere with anything else
Other
that we would
events.
have going on. That's the reason why I asked if you know it's
No,
going to be
yeah.
a specific day every week or
Sure.
So is
Yeah.
it something that you could like schedule monthly, like come in here to our meetings and then like we can approve, like if you want to do it 2 times that month or whatever,
Yeah.
just so that we don't have that conflict.
Yeah, absolutely.
because we're going to get into that time of year where we're going to start
Schedule
having,
that.
we got lots of stuff, especially as we get towards the end of summer,
Yes.
kind of beginning of fall.
Yes.
There's lots of events that start happening. So
Yeah, absolutely. And I totally understand that.
Yeah.
I'm totally flexible to come in or, and work around the schedules and everything. I don't want to step on any toes or do anything like that.
Diane is our liaison, so you'd need to talk with her
Okay.
and find out what.
Diane just got volunteered.
Diane,
Mhm.
Diane's
You
got
got
big
it now.
shoulders. You want something done? Talk to Diane.
She's the one.
I think
All
it's a
right.
really good idea. I like it.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah. When we even have, like I said, we have people that come from Hope into Columbus or into Taylorsville and stuff like that whenever we are set up. So I know that there are people here that like ice cream, and as of right now, there's not. I know Willow Leaf is doing some type of ice cream, I believe, but other than that, right now, there's not really anything else.
Well, I don't know that there's anything that's for the evening. Like we'll at least closes, don't they?
Right.
Yeah.
A little
Exactly.
earlier. So if it's like, so if it's evening,
Yeah.
there's definitely an
Yeah.
opportunity for you.
Absolutely.
Right
And
now.
everybody loves ice cream.
Victoria, do you have an idea on your time frame, like
Mm.
what time you'd like to set up?
Yes, it would probably be, I'd say 5 to 7, 4 to 7, just a couple hours.
So that's pretty much after all of the businesses have closed for the day or around that same time. I think the library stays open until 6.
So would we say like not before 5? So not to interfere with the businesses?
That's up to you. I mean, I don't think that it depends on where she sets up on the town square. If she sets up on the south side of the square, I don't think she'd be affecting any business.
That would be my suggestion, would be on the south side of the square in the parallel spots that are there.
Okay, yeah,
Because that's
I gotcha.
where most of the food trucks, when they come,
Yeah.
park, because it's easy for them to get in, get out, and they're out of the way
Yes.
of a line of traffic. They just always make sure that their serving window faces in towards the park so that we don't have people.
In the
I don't
road.
think you have any events on the square the next couple of months outside of Fridays and Saturdays. So if it's Monday to Thursday, she should be okay.
Do we not have, does Love Chapel not come down and do it once a month?
Yeah, they do.
They
still.
do. That's
That is once a month, the
the
fourth
fourth
Tuesday of the month from 3 until 5.
Until 5, so then,
So she should be fine.
They do
Five
better
to seven.
job
If you
on
fire
Saturday
them.
or Sunday.
They're usually packed up and out by 5:30.
And where she would park would be close to the playground.
Uh-huh.
close to the playground.
oh, for sure, yeah.
Where the the food truck parks at the very edge of the town square. So shouldn't be really any interference there.
Okay.
I would
Thank
say just maybe come in, a week ahead of time, if you know, hey, I'm going to be here, if you were coming in tonight, hey, I want to come in next Wednesday,
Okay.
and maybe check with Diane or even Matt. Maybe I don't know how we'd want to do that
Work with Diane.
without us having to give approval each time. I mean,
I think you could probably make a motion to approve it as long as the date is available or coordinated with me, however you want to work that. Does that sound good, Jeff?
Is there a schedule that's accessible to everyone, like for like
Diane
events
has-
and
It's
stuff?
not accessible to everyone,
It's that.
but yeah,
Okay,
like not everybody can see it, right?
I got
But
you.
like you can
Sure.
see if it's available.
Okay.
And you can schedule it like a month out, you know what I mean?
Okay.
To where like you don't have to call all the
So
time,
everyone
so
would
that-
know, like,
Mhm.
on
we could use the
Wednesdays,
square to
Jill
Yeah.
will be on the
I think that
square.
would
share it with.
Yeah. Well, then it's
a good-
consistent.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you're
That's a
gonna
lot.
have 5 to 7, and then work with Diane on the dates.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll make a motion that we would approve use for you one to 2 days a week from, if it's Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. If it's on the weekends, the time can be negotiable
Okay.
as long as you give at least a week notice
Sure.
to schedule with Diane, and that we don't have any other conflicts on the square. All for the use of the south side parallel parking there.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. I would love to.
sorry, that's a long motion. My
My
bad.
Make the record, longest
Let's try to make sure I got it all details in.
Well, I've got a
I
motion,
think you got
I got a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll
for-
second that.
For that?
it.
No, I cannot.
That's good. I'm not gonna ask if there's a discussion.
I have a little discussion
I-
that I'd like to add.
Okay.
Victoria has provided me with insurance as well as county health department license as well. So she's legit, and we have a copy of all of that stuff as well.
I'm legit. No. Yeah, it's retail license, all the things. And we also have a trash can. I know that waste is kind of a thing on the square. We have a trash can as well that we'd be happy to put out by the truck. And obviously, if they're doing cones and things like that, there is zero waste. They're eating the entire thing.
You
So
don't have the wraparound thing on it?
no,
Okay.
I do not. No. So it's just, there would be minimal waste. I mean, we do have Sunday cups and things like that, but
Okay.
but we have a trash can and stuff where we can put out and everything.
All right. Shannon,
Yes.
Herb,
Yes.
Ed,
Yeah.
John,
Yes.
5-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, as you're sitting down, I'm gonna tell you, you would have carried more weight if you'd have set your ice cream truck out.
I know.
Oh, you should, yeah.
I know, that was the problem, was we
He's
brought
open to
something last
consulting
night.
if you need it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, if you're coming to the farmer's market on Saturday, I'll be there. And
Yeah.
all of you are welcome to come, try free ice cream.
But about half
I'm
of us,
remembering your faces right now, okay? So, you come up, you're very welcome.
yeah, about half of us are diabetics, so.
Lucky you,
Moderation,
right?
moderation, okay.
Okay, Jason.
You got sugar-free ones? Yep. Kids don't want that.
All right, it is that ugly time of year where we have to talk about water rates. This is the third year for a water rate increase per the town council's approval in 2024, my bad, sorry. Which is 3%. And then we also have a tracker that has came up to be an additional 4.1 cents per 100 gallons, so 41 cents every 1,000 gallons. That is just to offset the cost that the town pays for water from the people who provide our water for us, which was never calculated into that 3% increase. You guys have all of the information in front of you for the tracking factor.
So
And-
let me ask a question. So we're very clear. We are not discussing an additional 3% increase. This is only addressing a water tracker.
That's correct.
Okay, just so everyone is on the same page.
That is correct.
Because when you start talking about a rate increase and a water tracker at the same time, everyone's going to get confused.
Right.
And it's going to be an issue.
Well, are we set up to do an annual increase?
Yes.
Yes.
That comes automatically. And the tracker is something in addition to, due to the fact that the price was calculated 2 years ago, and that price has increased since then. So essentially, we're just transferring the difference in what we pay versus what we were paying.
I usually don't make motions, but I will make a motion to accept this increase. I'm looking for a second.
I'll second it.
Got a second from Ed. Do I have any discussion?
I have some questions. So we're looking at this report. I'm looking at the calculation of line loss.
15%.
There are 3 months on here that are drastically different from the other months. Why?
Jason,
I don't understand how you have a variance of 2.6 million gallons in January down to 459,000 gallons in February to 602,000 gallons in March. And then we jump back up to 1.2 and stay pretty consistent until we hit November. And all of a sudden, November was only at 29,000. What are we doing different in November that we aren't doing different the other 11 months of the year? Because we need to do whatever we were doing in November. Or is there something wrong with this calculation?
this calculation came directly from our utility office, and that went to Crone, and they calculated it through Crone. So
Well, whatever we do in November, we should do it every month of the year. Because November was like an exceptional month.
Yeah.
We only had 29,000 gallons of line loss that month. That's pretty good.
Well,
Well, it didn't get better in 1 month and then get worse the next.
oh, I know, but I don't know.
So I have to
And I-
question the validity of this in order for me to make a decision.
And I think that's a legitimate question.
Jason, can you speak on that?
I would have to go back to look at fire runs, main breaks, anywhere that was a water loss that was unbilled. But I know that there was extra usage through the cold months from people dripping their faucets, and I understand 2 million gallons, but there's so many factors that I would have to go back to look at to give you a good answer for that.
Yeah, I just thought it was odd that when I reviewed it prior to the meeting, there's 3 months that jump out that are drastically different than the other 9 months of the year. So my concern is are those 3 months correct and the other 9 are wrong? Or are those 3 wrong and the other 9 are correct?
I'd have to look at the figures that they pulled here straight from our bill from Eastern.
Herbie, I'd be happy to give you that answer, but it'll be next month. I can't honestly answer that question.
Okay.
I think there was a month where there was an adjustment on a bill. Wasn't there? So maybe it was something to do.
Well,
There was a mid-month price adjustment that they did when they changed their bulk rate. But
I tend to think November is not an accurate number.
I don't know
I
how you
like to
can make
think
it.
it would be,
make
but I
it-
don't think it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kirby will look into it too. Try to get you an answer.
So we want to table this?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, rescind.
Yeah, you'll have to rescind your motion.
Yeah, rescind the motion.
No, you can table it.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to table this till next month. When we get more information.
I think that, did you second it?
I did. I'm willing to go along with it.
So I think they got called up to vote then to rescind that motion and table it.
You have to vote on that first.
And that, well, I think.
I asked-
Motion, I thought that's what you said.
Rescind the motion.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
then they
table it.
didn't have to-
Yeah, and table it till
Yeah,
Yeah, and that got seconded, so now we need to vote.
Yes.
Shannon,
Yes.
Herb,
Yep.
Ed,
Yes.
Sean.
No, that's just on the rescission.
Wow.
Now we're gonna vote on motion.
No.
Don't have to.
rescind and table it for next month.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Not really, but we did it.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right. GIS locates.
Okay. Now this is stuff that I'm way more familiar with. Our utility locates. We only did a portion of the town the last time we were doing GIS inputting for our GIS system. And since we are doing this big fiber operation, we have currently everything located in the town. And now would be the time to have the Strand guys come out and pinpoint all of the GIS, all of the locates that GIS, for GIS. And it's a lot of manpower to do this.
What's the expense?
It is $27,000 to come out and pinpoint every locate that we have already in the town to finish the entire rest of the town. And then an additional $8,000 to input that into the computer system. But that $8,000 is also including the wastewater project that we are in the process of completing, as well as the mainstream fiber project. Once that's all completed, they will have a GIS shape file. Thank you. A shape file to add into that GIS as well.
Jason, your thoughts?
I think right now it's probably the best time to do it because every street is marked out, every valve, every service connection.
Mm-hmm.
Time the next quite a while to have this kind of opportunity to get it done.
and this will be a split between water, sewer, and stormwater, so those kind of a third for each.
So on here, it says the item 3 will not be provided or will be provided for a not to exceed fee of 8,000. Is that in addition to the 27?
Yes.
I put the not to exceed because these aren't lump sums. So if we come in under, we still for what it took.
Thoughts?
I think it ought to be done myself. What's the rest of the council's?
So does this get us complete?
It does, yes.
I feel like that's what we've been aiming for.
Yeah.
The last few years, so I feel like you're right, Jason. If we're gonna do this, we should do this now.
Yeah.
So I'll make a motion to approve it.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second. Do I have any additional discussion? Hearing none. Shannon?
Yes.
Herb?
Yes.
Ed?
Yeah.
John? Yes. 5-0.
Thank you, council.
Thank you. Is there anything else to come before the council at this time?
I have an update on the Hitchcock Street
Okay.
property. Would like to hear that
Mhm.
real quickly. I think it was last meeting or maybe the meeting before that, we discussed the property at 169 South Hitchcock where you guys got the judgment for the fines and then foreclosure suit was started and then just wasn't completed.
Are the occupants out of there? Are the occupants out of there?
No, they're still there. Well, as far as I know, they're still there. So what we discussed doing, I guess maybe in the April meeting, was filing what's called a motion for summary judgment so the court can order a sale of that property. So I filed that motion in May, I can't remember, maybe the 18th. A response is due on June 22nd. I don't know if they'll respond or not. If they do not respond, or even if they do, it should go through because the facts are clear, the law is clear. So within 10 days of June 20th, I'll ask the court to enter an order foreclosing our judgment lien on that property and then file a precipice with the court, which is a request that it be set for sheriff's sale. My hope is if we can get all that done with the July 4th holiday, hopefully we can get all that done by the middle of July so that we can get on at least the September sheriff's sale list. And then when it goes to sheriff's sale, in order to have the sale, the plaintiff herein would be the town of Hope, would have to clear any tax issues to make sure all taxes are up to date before the sale. As you'll recall, perhaps I told you that the property was lost to tax sale. And so to cure that plus pay the spring taxes, it's going to cost about $6,500-ish to get square. Then it would go to the tax sale, and then at that point you would bid that additional cost on top of your judgment, which has grown. It's about $31,000 with interest at this point, your judgment. So then you would bid the cost that you pay to get it to sheriff's sale on that, and then hopefully somebody outbids you. You have a new owner of that property and you all are paid in full. So that is my hope, and I'm hoping that we can get all that done hopefully by the sheriff's sale in September. I don't know if anybody has any questions, but I just wanted to give you that updated information.
Yeah, it's a sticky situation.
Yeah.
And it's an uncomfortable situation for the town.
Yep.
Yep. But it's a necessity.
Yep. So we're just trying to bring it to conclusion. That's hopefully September is going to be that time, but I'll update you each month until then, make sure we're still on track.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Anything else to come before the council? Austin, do you have anything to report? You want to talk, or are you just comfortable hiding back there and talk?
Looks like you've been busy.
Yeah, a little bit. You want to stand up? Yeah, I can. So, yeah, it's summer, so everyone is wanting everything right now. So I've been a little bit all over the place. You saw in my last report, I sent out a bunch of first and second notice letters. All those properties have been taken care of. 2 of them have asked me for extensions, 204 Market and 179 Schaefer. I go there weekly, do checkups. I talk with them on the phone a couple times a week. They're making good progress.
1320 South Street, which is being rented currently, has ignored all violation letters. So they are receiving a nuisance ordinance. It was typed up, sent over to Jason, approved yesterday. It is going to be mailed tomorrow. And then if the mess is still not cleaned up by Monday, we're bringing in a third-party vendor, clean out. They will get fines from the vendor that we have to pay the vendor. We'll go to them. It'll become a lien on the property. I'm pretty sure that's the correct procedure. Yes? Yeah, it becomes a lien on the property until they pay it.
The property owner. This is our rental, right?
Yeah, but it still
Yeah,
goes to the
so
property owner.
They have
Okay.
10 days to pay for the cleanup, and then afterwards, if they don't pay that, then it goes to a lien that we put on the property, and then if the property is ever sold, we get paid the cost of what we paid the third-party vendor to remove all of the stuff.
And that's all of the old business. And then as far as the new things that have come in, not necessarily a new one. Resident Michelle George at 127 Schaefer had neighbors. Jason said this issue came in about a year ago, but I got it put on my lap. I handed it about a couple weeks ago. I went over there. Her neighbors attached their fence to hers, which wouldn't have been too much of an issue except for the fact of they enclosed a service point for electric that was coming out of the ground. They enclosed it in their backyard. So that was supposed to have, you're supposed to have 2 feet of easement on each side because it's an easement for them to service it. So it's going smooth. They've contacted their contractor that installed it. They've started removing sections of fence. It's a little bit hard, if I'm being completely honest, to communicate with them because the owner, the only way I can communicate with her is through her son, because every time I try and communicate with her, she tells me she can't speak English.
Yeah, it's a communication barrier.
So it's work in progress.
All of my exchange kids just went home. We're gonna help you.
But that's going smooth, and the person who reported Michelle 127, the person she reported, she's happy with where it's at with the progress. 133 Meadow Place. I've been out there, like I said, once a week for at least the last month. He has a little shed right now, like a 5x8, just a real tiny one. That's the size property. He's removing that one. And then he's putting a gravel pad off the back of his driveway and bringing in a little shed with a garage door just for them to put, like, he's got like a motorcycle he wants to put in there and like his lawnmower and stuff, because the little shed can't fit any of that stuff and it's deteriorating. So he's getting it all the way. 811's been there. There was nothing in the backyard, nothing interfering with it. So he's been given the green light to go ahead. He's well within what he needs to be for the size of the building. And then again, like I said, it's summer. So I've got a person on Elm Street who wants to add a deck to their house. It's one of the new builds over there. But she did actually call me today. She's been in contact with a contractor, but 811 came out to that property yesterday, and apparently there is some sort of conflict with the project with Centerpoint, with what they have underground. I haven't been over there today, so I'm not 100% sure what exactly the conflict is. That was just what she said the 811 worker told her, was she needed to have someone come out and look at it because there was most likely going to be a conflict with Centerpoint. And then the biggest one right now over here at 833 Main Street, where the old house was and the old shop that's been abandoned for at least my entire life. That guy reached out to me. He has paid for everything in cash so far. He sunk a lot more money into the house than what he thought he was going to. He has his own construction business. That's who's been doing it.
Is
But-
the house and the shop together?
Yeah, so
Like
it's
right
all
next to each
it's,
other?
it's all yeah.
Okay.
It's the black house.
Okay. I just make sure that was
It's
the same property.
all so it's all one parcel,
Okay.
but the house is zoned residential and the shop is zoned commercial. It's the way it's zoned out. It's really weird. But he's looking at potentially dividing the parcel because he wants to keep the shop for his construction company, but he may sell the house because of how much money he has into it. That's kind of his last resort. He also mentioned the fact of the idea of making it an Airbnb. Like with Heritage Days and everything else coming up, he said that that may be something that he's looking into. But the house, from what I could tell, is not going to be it's not going to be ready to live in for a while still. The outside of the house is done, but the inside of the house, it's still got a long, long way to go. But he does not want to sell the house, but if it can be divided into a parcel, he may just to get some money back out of it once it's completely finished. And if that is the case, I will let the committee know and I will let his neighbors know as well. That way everyone can attend the meeting that needs to be scheduled in order to divide that parcel. And besides that, that's been my last month. So
Sounds busy.
yeah.
Has everybody
Yeah,
treated
thanks
you good?
for letting us know.
Yeah, I've had no problems so far. The only thing I've had was I had two people stop me, one on Aiken Street and one on Vine Street. They asked me why I was being nosy, so I explained to
Your
them.
job.
I explained to them what I did. The one on Vine Street told me that's not a real job, and then I explained to him, no, it is a real job. So, but besides that, yeah, everyone's been really nice. I haven't had any complaints so far.
Thank you for doing your job.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
You're doing a good job.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
it's
You
no
get a
problem
real
at all.
paycheck, right?
Huh?
You get a real paycheck, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's signed and everything. I think it's real. It went to my account last month. If it's not, oh well, I guess.
Thank you.
Yeah, no
I do
problem.
know that Austin reached out to Ed Johnson about the property over here that used to be Buddy's place, and I don't know what we're gonna do if it gets separated. It's gonna have to go to a planning commission meeting, and Ed, can you speak on that? a little bit?
It's going to be something we got to consider. I need to get some information first, but it's going to be pretty tough to do that as close as it is.
I do.
Close as the property, close as the building is to the
Close
house.
as the building.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what-
they're
that's what I'm
not
curious.
they're
So
not
you're
that
like
far. They're not
right-
that far apart at all.
Mhm.
And I do know he did call me and let me know that they couldn't give him a date yet, but he does have a surveyor scheduled to come to the property and mark everything out so we know 100% how big it's going to be. And
Yeah.
they are going to send me a plot drawing like of the parcel. They are getting that over to me as well.
That property even has two different mailing addresses on it.
Yeah.
That
It's
has
a very
nothing to do
strange-
with the division of
the way it's all
property.
set up.
Right.
It's definitely different. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
We need
if-
to really consider this carefully.
Yes,
Mhm.
yeah, and he knows that, and he, like I said, he doesn't want to cause any headaches for anyone. Like whatever the ultimate decision is, that's what it is.
Mhm.
If he has to hold on to the house, he's not getting rid of the shop.
Yeah.
So if he has to hold on to the house, he'll hold on to the house.
Well, I mean, I think it's a black and white
Well-
situation. You can either do it or you can't, right? There's either enough space between the two.
There's certain
If we split that up, that's going to set a precedent.
We got to be
Well,
careful.
it's
We got
just
to
going to be a nuisance for whoever lives there is going to have a business right, literally. I mean, when I say next door,
Like they can't even.
I
get
can
between
reach my
that
hand
no,
out
building,
you
the
right?
window
can't.
and
There's
smack
it's
the
like
side
a
of the
4 foot
building.
opening. There's like a
Part-
4 foot gap between the house.
So
and
like
the
there
building.
is enough space to build a fence if somebody.
Part
wanted
of-
to build
He's
it.
planning on doing that actually.
Part of the problem is fires.
Yeah.
We got to look at the safety into that too.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's going to be
But
a sticky
Are there
wicket.
any other questions for me about what I've been doing, or
I do have one thing you need to look at, and that's we're posting signs around town about houses being bought on cash and that kind of stuff. We have an ordinance on that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So you probably need to call those people and tell them to read the ordinance first, okay?
Okay.
I don't remember, it's been too long since I've read it.
No, you're
Just
fine.
remove- If you see them, just remove them from the.
Just remove it. Me myself remove them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold 'em up.
But you gotta notify them that you're removing them,
Okay.
or give them 24 hours to remove them.
Okay.
There's
can do
several
that.
of them all over town.
Yep.
And
I
I've been,
understand. I understand.
Okay, thank you, Austin.
Thank you guys very much.
good job.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Okay, fire department, you want to talk about, you got anything to report?
It's been a busy week.
Okay.
We do have, we're gonna be out on the square for the old fashioned, like I said, it's been a busy week. We will be on the square for the old fashioned 4th of July, frying some fish, and then we got the fireworks coming up that we're gonna oversee. But we've been doing quite a few fundraisers, and the fire department has raised a fair amount of money, and it's helping us with our budget, but we also are finding things that's eating at our budget.
What was the cause of the hay fire? That was just,
That's still under investigation,
Okay.
so I don't have an answer for you.
Okay.
That'll have to come to you from the fire marshal's office.
all right, thank you. Okay, unless there's anything else, I'm going to declare this meeting closed. And going. Thank you, everybody.